Welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We are taking on Booba Master here, and we're gonna see what he's got going on here with his Celica team here. This is a rematch, real quick, and from the looks of it, this is gonna be kind of challenging because of Tina here. I really couldn't use any of my other teams because Tina would have stolen my buffs, and that doesn't work for me. So the plan here is to kill everyone and then figure out what to do afterwards. Particularly Tina. We're going to take out Tina in particular and then figure out what to do afterwards with Ike. And I think I've decided to call Gold Girl here. I think I'm going to call her Becky because she got that good hair. So I'm going to call her Becky. Becky with the good hair because she got the braids. So it kind of makes sense. I don't know. I vibe with it. Becky. She looks like she could be a Becky. But in any case, yeah, we're going to warp in, take out the duos, and then take out Tina. And then see what we can do about Ike and Becky in the back here. Yeah, that Ike was the one that took me out on defense there. So let's see if we can do this and get some revenge here. Turns out that the what was it, the kill that we missed, the bonus kill that we missed earlier in the week, like I said, it ended up not mattering because it's chaos season. At some point you're probably going to lose. It's very difficult running a perfect week. So yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I could have there's one play that I could have done that probably would have worked out, or probably would have stopped it from happening, but it would have opened up my defense a little bit too much. I didn't like it, so I ended up not doing it. The other option is here, I'm just checking where the -7 to attack and defense is coming from, and I see now that Becky is the one that's doing that. So yeah, probably going to move Celica over to the other side just to get away from that. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, the problem was that it opened up my defense too much, and I decided to not do that. So that's just a weakness that my defense is going to have. In comparison to this defense here, as you can see, it's pretty open to ranged attack. So that is one way that you can probably get in and try to win against this type of setup. I decided that Cav lines in this season, in Chaos season, have like basically, I think they're done. Like Cav lines for Chaos season don't have a what's the word I want to use here? They're not as successful as they used to be. So I probably wouldn't be running one, or I won't be running one for Chaos season anymore. I think it's probably safe to go back to a low block because of how tanky the units that we've gotten lately have been. So definitely an alternative or a direction that you can go in terms of defense building for Chaos season. Just use your tankiest units. It's going to be very difficult for most opponents to break through. Armors have gotten so much stronger. Speaking particularly about Amelia and I said Valentine's Mirror. Armors have gotten like a lot stronger with the supports that are now available. So I definitely think that's a good option if you're trying to construct a defense for Chaos season. A low block. The low block feels like it's back. And we have enough like frontliners that you can successfully just wall out opponents based off of what you have available. So looking at next Chaos season should be end of this month, or somewhere around there. It should be, well, we will have the CYLs available by then, so it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be what, version 5, so that's what, Marth? Is that Marth's batch? I think it is. So yeah, it should be interesting to see how the CYL units from version 5 match up against the CYL units from version 8. So it should be an interesting matchup at the end of the month. That being said, I think, well, it's hard to say what we're gonna get. I think we're gonna get like a lot of busted units this CYL in terms of just skills and what they're able to do, because just looking at where the game is at currently, it's very difficult for them to not go in that direction in terms of the straight in a power spike. Although they could, because last CYL with Golvig didn't necessarily put like a huge power spike in the game. What it did was that it introduced a lot of interesting new mechanics with Soren and Golvig with the multiple actions. Who else was on that banner? Corrin, and I forget who else was there. But yeah, a lot of interesting mechanics were introduced to the game after that CYL, or because of that CYL. So maybe they go the same route and introduce new mechanics or interesting mechanics again this CYL, which I think naturally they will do. The problem is how effective are those mechanics are going to be, and also like how powerful are the units that are going to be released going to be with those mechanics in mind. Okay, so we got a problem here. Becky is not dying. And I can't kill Ike either.
Into the surf.
This Celica build won't kill that Ike.
You can do it.
But what I can do is at least 51. Jeez. Well, that's good to know. What just happened there is that it prioritized the Breath of Life, it looks like, instead of... Because unless it's stacked, which it does, it says specifically that it doesn't stack, which means that Breath of Life was the pre-combat healing or in-combat healing that happened there. Because her defense is so high, so it would make sense that she would get 51 there. Because otherwise it would have just been 20 from her C skill, Divine Nectar. But she got 51 there, so apparently Breath of Life has priority over Divine Nectar. Seems to be the case. Interesting. But what I'm doing here is I'm just attacking Becky because it will shut down Ike, who is the fastest unit, which will then prevent him from warping and killing me. And while I'm doing this, I'm gonna try to figure out how I can try to kill one of these two units, if at all possible. It doesn't look like I'm gonna have a good time here or any success in getting that done. I was really hoping that Celica would have been able to do it, but it looks like the combination of these two units is preventing me from doing so.
I have faith.
Alright. At least I get the sweep effect. Well, I can only attack because I have the sweep effect here. Now I just gotta make some space for her to move. These numbers are not very promising. Alright, maybe I can depend on one of these traps. The bolt trap here to help me out a bit, because I don't see how else I'm gonna get through. Especially Ike. I'm not quite sure what I'll be able to do about Ike, since again, this Celica build isn't enough to take him out. Ooh, that's so close. 9.
Ready to help. Let's go.
And Ike is not debuffed because he's too far away. Wow, this is a good pairing. Because of the Breath of Life from, or rather the Breath of Life 4 on Ike, supplementing her natural bulk that Becky has here, it's making her incredibly difficult to kill.
Into the surf.
As well as the fact, I find that the best skill for this unit is Lagu's Friend 4. She uses it like really well. So definitely recommend, if you have a spare copy lying around, which I doubt that you do because it's such premium fodder, definitely provided to her. She really uses it well. I keep forgetting that she's an infantry unit because of her beast transformation. It looks like she's supposed to be a cav, but yeah, she's infantry. Yeah, not good. Okay, still not good. So Leon is really the only one helping us out here. Luckily we out-res her, but the problem is if I step on a trap now, I'm not positioned very well to step on a trap, because most of my units will get hit by a trap if I were to step on it right now.
Ready to help.
Looking at the map layout, I would assume that the one on the bottom is the correct trap.
Let's go.
Okay. That one just made the most sense, but now Leon is pretty much crippled. And also, you can see her healing 20 here.
By your side.
But I have to attack to break her first combat flat damage reduction. And then I'll see what I can do with Summer Golvig afterwards. And I also have to attack because I need to lock Ike again. Otherwise, he's going to warp in and kill someone. And then next turn, I can probably try to figure out what I can do about Ike. We're going to have to use my dance here just to get some debuffs on. Looking at it like objectively, hindsight, Goldmary here isn't the best bonus unit. I brought her because she's a dancer, and she would have been able to warp in with Wings of Mercy 4 and dance Celica or whoever I initiated with, but she's not going to be able to take out anything, and the dance that she has doesn't provide enough debuffs for her to be a good enough support unit. I probably should have brought Rearm Plumeria instead, is what I'm actually thinking right now, because these numbers are not promising in the slightest. Let's pop the dance and see what we get here.
We mustn't get lost.
Okay,
Ever onward.
can I get any more stats anywhere else? One. Man, the damage reduction from Lagoose Friend 4, pain in the butt right now.
Into the surf.
This is slightly frustrating. Missing the kill by 1 is indeed slightly frustrating. And I can't really attack from anywhere else because I'm getting the majority of my drives from Plumeria here.
By your side. Ever onward.
Let's see. Okay.
We mustn't get lost.
Alright, yeah. Maybe this is a Blade Session moment. If I had Blade Session, I probably would have been able to get this, as well as the fact that I don't have any investment on this Summer Golvig, like Dragon Flowers or anything. But also, this is a plus 10 Becky. So that also plays a factor into this. Merges do matter. I don't think we're going to be able to take this. Let alone take out Ike, who is also plus 10. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to surrender this one because I don't think I'll be able to take out Ike either. After I take out Becky here, yeah, I don't think I'll be able to take out Ike. This team apparently not well enough thought out. Failure on my part here. Maybe I could drop One Tribe Dagger here because she's offering the Pathfinder, but I have a lot of mobility otherwise, so I probably have brought someone else in hindsight, melee unit or something. But yeah, we're gonna have to call this one unfortunate. Rematch failure, embarrassing. GG's. All right, welcome to our second attempt here of the day. We're taking on Garuz, and we're gonna just use the correct Golvig team here. This one has the proper equipment. The other one, the reason why I built it that way with the units that it had was because of Gatekeeper. Currently, Silica is really the only one that can warp through Gatekeeper's warp bubble effect, or just warp bubble effects in general. Hopefully it stays that way, because, I mean, yeah, you can run past, but hopefully they don't make that, like, overly available on too many more range units, because while you do want to have a way to get through the warp bubble mechanic, it's such a crucial part of defense building that if everyone is just able to break through warp bubble, then warp bubble loses all meaning. So hopefully they keep that to a minimum, because a lot of the unit archetypes and unit classes that they've put out, unit builds, have revolved around having some type of warp mechanic, or being able to facilitate or be supported by guidance. So if pass is going to be like on everything, then what is even the point of having warp? Because there's only like 3 units with warp bubble. I do know that they're making High Dragon Wall, which is like a good repurposing of dragon units. So I doubt, with that in mind, I doubt they'll go the route of making pass readily available in the weapon description for too many units. Maybe they'll do one more, but I can't see them doing much more than that, because it would really just negate everything that they've been doing thus far. I think we don't have to worry about that until Gatekeeper gets an ult. I think once Gatekeeper gets an ult, then they'll start putting more things like that on the table.
Be safe.
The other thing that I've been thinking about lately is that currently it's looking like more I want to say likely, but I feel like I've used like too much.
What should I do?
It's looking more, come on, what's that vocabulary? The potential that Hardy Bearing will be made into a attune skill is looking like very high. I've used like again, like what's wrong with me? Yeah, but I definitely see Hardy Bearing as a attune skill in the future. Just looking at the amount of vantage options that we have available now, I can definitely, and the fact that there's only one Hardy Bearing seal, and like, wow, I used like a lot. There's only one Hardy Bearing seal, and whereas conversely, there's only like, how many units have Hardy Bearing built into their weapons? There's the Lilinas, there's one Lilina, and Lucia will probably get another Lucia like that. And then I think that's pretty much it. 3 units, no? That have, there's the Hardy Bearing Dagger, from the Hoshidan Festival. So there's that one as well. I wonder if Hardy Bearing will be a theme from the banner that's going to be coming out soon. Because there was hard. I guess that's kind of why Lucia's on there. So maybe just one. But if it was ever going to be a theme, it would be on this banner. But I don't know. We'll see how that pans out. But yeah, there's only like 3 units in the game, I think, if I'm not mistaken, with Hardy Bearing built into their kit. And then aside from that, there's, I mean, I know you have it like as a defensive effect, where it's like a forced desperation or forced vantage, whatever the case may be, but you really want it for like as an offensive effect. There's only like 3, unless I'm forgetting someone. But yeah, I definitely see it, like, I see potential for it to be an attune skill. There's very few units that would actually be able to utilize it very well because of it being an attune skill. I'm guessing that there's a lot of nukes that could potentially use it. Well, there is a lot of nukes that could potentially use it as an attune skill, but
what should I do?
I will not.
It's kind of tricky who you would equip that to. Just looking at how many units have perf skills or perf effects nowadays, it's kind of tricky about who you would equip that to. But I definitely see it as an attune skill. I think that's probably going to be the next one that comes out. I could be wrong. Well, I definitely probably will be wrong, but it feels like we're heading in that direction. With again, how many advantage units are in the game? I'm looking at the matchup between, or considering the matchup between the attuned Erica and Lucia, who's about to come out on the banner on the next banner, and that's why I'm thinking about it like that. But yeah, we're gonna play one more match here. Okay, Esmeralda. Wow, pretty straightforward. Yeah, Esmeralda. I'm gonna go ahead and use Goldmary here. Reason being is I want to see if Goldmary can live the combat against this duo Sanaki. I'm going to move everyone else away, so it's just gonna be Goldmary and Veil, Fallen Veil here. So yeah, I want to see what Goldmary's matchup is here. I mean, there's a lot of units here that I'm pretty sure she'll take out. Celica being one of them. But what I'm really interested in is the matchup versus Duo Sanaki. Because her res is so low, I'm really wondering if she will be able to compensate for that with godlike reflexes and whatever else is in her kit. Not a lot of damage reduction otherwise, but let's see how she will fare in this type of combat here. She really needed some type of Brave DR, I feel like, because she's so dependent on Laguzfren 4 for the damage reduction. I feel like she really needed some type of Brave DR to coincide or to what's the word? Compensate for that. But that wasn't the case. Yes. I feel like I like her more as a unit, but she is missing quite a few details here. But let's see what happens. Should be okay to end turn like this. You know, I actually looked at that and saw that Celica could work there, and I was like, well, don't put anyone here in my head. But then I moved Gatekeeper over because Gatekeeper, I felt like he needed to be closer to the 3x3 columns to just give Goldmary the extra support. So that's totally my bad there. But let's see the thing here that I wanted to see anyways. 530. Okay, she probably would have lived that if she had Breath of Life 4, but disappointing. Okay, that's fine. We have Ladders to Spear. That was really just to test out what would happen there. So that is definitely something that I'll take note of. The fact that she will lose to Duo Sanaki, which is good to know. But yeah, let's play another one. That's totally fine. Alright, here is our third attempt of the day. We're taking on Kiru here, or Kuru. And we're gonna go with Jimbro here. We're gonna use Celica again. Not Celica, we're gonna use Amelia again. Basically, I'm just gonna have Jimbro tank everything and see if Amelia will live armor effective damage from this Legendary Micaiah. I'm pretty sure she will because that Legendary Micaiah is pretty booty. Just odd to say, but she's really bad. She definitely needs a refine, which I think she'll get pretty soon. Like, looking... Where are we? We're at... Ash and stuff, so I think she's probably gonna be maybe 2026, end of 25, something like there, somewhere around there. She should be getting a refined remix. Potent build on Marth here, but it doesn't matter because Jimbro is just that strong. Yeah, I don't have potent fodder. I really would like, or I really should have pulled on. I tried to get a spare copy of Marth, but it didn't work out. And the only other unit that has it is Duo Sharena, and I didn't pull on that banner out of spite, because I hated the fact that Embla was available as a option to run on offense. I just didn't bother pulling on that banner out of spite, but it is what it is. I'll figure it out at some point. There'll be another unit with potent. Lately, I've been just like in a vein where I just want to start foddering so much stuff. I find that I'm really lacking when it comes to Assassin Strike, which is only on one unit. It's on Winter Yunaka and no one else, which is pretty crazy that they haven't put that on another unit so far. There's been a few dagger units that have been available since Winter Yunaka's came out. I think she's only gotten like 1 or 2 reruns. I think probably only 1 rerun, whereas there's been an endless amount of Armored Blaze fodder, Waving Fighter. No Quarter has been on a couple of other units so far, so it's interesting how they have made the decision to limit Assassin Strike in particular, whereas Occultist Strike has been available on several units since its release. Granted, it's probably a bit older though, because it was originally on Legendary Gulvig, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it? Did she come with a Speed Res Low? I think Legendary Gulvig came with Speed Res Low. No, that was the Vaser. Pathetic for Makai there. She definitely desperately needs a refine. We'll see what that does. Yeah. So yeah, Assassin Strike, definitely need more options for that. I have a Spear Makai Yunaka, but there's no way I'm going to fodder my only copy of Yunaka, who is, despite everything, a fantastic unit, and also, you know, favorites, not going to fodder her. Yeah, definitely need some other options for Occultist Strike. I was looking at the potential of it being on the next banner, and I wasn't really seeing anything aside from maybe they put it on Mia, but I don't see how that fits into her kit. Just looking at the trailer, the Fate banner, the Fate channel, and what the example was of what happened, it doesn't look like she has Assassin Strike in her kit. Probably some type of flight skill, Wyvern Flight or something, and then it looks like Nephany will have some type of sweep effect, either in probably like Water Sweep 4 or something. I don't know why they decided to target Myr specifically, because Myr is generally going to fall off just because of damage output. As damage increases, you know, it's harder to run your far save, and that's the case with Byleth. But they specifically decided to target Myr for whatever reason, and I kind of don't like that. Which means also that there might be some type of pass mechanic in Nephany's weapon, which is kind of worrying. But that's just me speculating. But I definitely think that she has Wind Sweep, Water Sweep, either Water Sweep or Fire Sweep. Probably Water Sweep. Makes the most sense. I don't see why Nephany would need a Fire Sweep effect. Water Sweep 4. There's our bonus skill, and that's it for the day. A lot of interesting things going on in Fae right now. Can't wait for the next banner. See you in the next match.